Alright, in this practice, I'm going to show you some additional techniques. I'm sure that you have been already exposed to these techniques. For example, sort. Alright, so if you click on data, you will see the sort function. It's under the data tab, sort right here. So what you're looking at is the Amazon prices for several months. Actually, it's 19 months data. And you will need to calculate the return for Amazon based on the prices. You know, the formula we use is new minus old, and put in the parentheses divided by the old, and that was covered in the very first class practice. Or you can use new divided by the old. This is my personal preference. Then minus 1. All right. So the thing is, the date is sorted in a descending order. It's not ascending, it's descending from a later month to earlier months and then to the earliest month. Okay, the earliest month is April 2013. So how can we do the return calculation? It's fairly simple. So when you are calculating return, you start with the first one. That's the new one divided by the old one. Then minus 1. All right, so that's a negative return from September to October. All right, and then you can just replicate this, but you know that in the very last row you wouldn't have a valid data, because in order to calculate the return for this month, you would need to get a price in the month earlier, which you don't have. All right, so this is a return column. Okay, and what is the overall return? We call this holding period return, and this is a little different from the textbook and chapter PowerPoint. You just follow my standard. Okay, so the holding period return is the not the monthly return, because you have 19 months of holding Amazon, so you are going to use the newest divided by the earliest, then minus 1. So over the 19 month, you earn 23.4% for the return. Okay. Alternatively, if you are comfortable with the ascending order of a date, so you can just do this. So you can just select all the data and then do sort. And the sort will be based on the date, and you can do from the oldest to newest. Okay, then it will switch. But the thing is, be very careful. If you do the date sort, you can see the price will sort it automatically, but all the return calculation has to be changed. Okay, they have to change. So, for example, the very first return you can calculate is May 2013 divided by April's price. Okay, the May's price divided by April's price, then minus 1. So that's a return. Okay, and for the holding period return, so you are going to use the latest divided by the earliest, then minus 1. And that's the same result. So what I'm saying is, if you want to do return calculation, you can do it without sorting. But if you sort the date and the prices, then you have to do the return calculation again. So in the textbook and PowerPoint, there are ways to calculate the geometric mean and arithmetic mean, and how to get the annualized return. So let me use this as an example. Okay, so you have a 19 month of data. So how do I know that's 19 month? Because right here, start at row 20. So that's 19 month of prices, and that gives 18 month of return. All right, so it's basically 1.5 years. So you can use a count. All right, and just to select all the returns you have right here. So you have 18 month, and you know, in a year there are 12 months, so 18 divided by 12, so that's gonna be 1.5 years. Okay, so that's the time period for holding the stock. All right, and how do you get the annualized return? So there are several different ways. So the first way is to use the holding period return, and that is for 18 months. I'm just copy and paste it here. Oops. Just copy the entire formula. All right, and we know this is for 1.5 years, so you can use it, copy it as well right here. Okay, so you get the same 23.4% return. All right, and how do you get the annualized return? So annual return, and it's just for a year, right? So what you're gonna do here is you can get the arithmetic. Okay, the arithmetic would just be the total divided by the number of years. Okay, so the arithmetic is the total divided by 1.5. Nice and easy. All right, so that's 15.6%, and this is arithmetic. Okay, you can also get the annual return as the geometric method. Okay, so what you're gonna do is still you're gonna use the same holding period return, but you're gonna add 1 to it, and then you're gonna raise to the power of 1 over n. Okay, 1 over n, and n is the 1.5 here. Okay, n is 1.5 here, then minus 1. So that's the same as this method. Okay, so you have a product of all the annual returns. It does not matter because you have the holding period return already. Okay, and then hit enter. So the geometric mean geometric analyzed return is a little different. Okay, and there are other ways to do it. For example, you can get the arithmetic mean and the geometric mean. Okay, the arithmetic mean is just simply the average of all the 18-month returns. Okay, 1.44. And if you get the annualized return, so you are going to use 1.44 multiplied by 12. Okay, so that's another way to get the annualized return. Okay, and another way is to get the geometric mean. Okay, geo mean function. Use 1 plus all the returns here. That's a product of all the holding period return plus 1, and then raised to the power of 1 over 18 months. Okay, so you get a product of 18 returns, and then sorry, you don't need that. I'm sorry, and then minus 1. Control Shift Enter. All right, and this is going to be 1.217%. And if you want to get the annualized level, well, that's something. Okay, so basically that would require you to compound this 1 plus the geometric mean raised to the power of a 12, and then minus 1. Okay, so that's 15.04%, and this is more exact if you use geometric mean. So there are several ways to get this arithmetic to get the annualized returns. So you can get in arithmetic mean or geometric way. There are also ways to do it, whether you use the holding period return to get an annualized level, or you just use the mean to get an annualized level. And to get the standard deviation, okay, to get the standard deviation, you will need to use the STDEV Excel formula and then get 7.57%, and that's for monthly, and this is monthly. If you want to get to the standard deviation at annualized level, mathematically it's pretty easy to do. So you just use the monthly standard deviation times the square root of 12. Okay, the square root of 12. You don't multiply by 12, you multiply by square root of 12. That's just a mathematical formula. And my job here is to make your job easier. All right, and then you would have this 26.2%, okay, as the annualized standard deviation based on the monthly standard deviation. And for example, if you have daily standard deviation, let me just give some fictitious number, daily, and that's 1%. Just use 1%. And how do I get the annualized? So the square root is not 12 months in a year. It is 251 or 52 days in a year. Why is not 356 or 55? It's because there are 251 trading days. So those are the days with price or return data available. So you have 251 trading days, not calendar days, in your calculation. And this is how you get the annualized return. So this is just a fictitious example. I just to show you, you're going to use the square root of the number of periods in a year in order to get the annualized standard deviation, the risk measurement. And again, in this practice, in this video, I taught you how to do the sort, okay? And I taught you how to get the arithmetic annual return, geometric annual return, either based on the holding period return or the mean of the returns. Okay, and I hope this would help you do the quiz.